Hi, I'm Maria. I've traveled to over 50 cities in the past 7 years, and I'm here to teach new travelers how to vacation like a pro. In this video, we're gonna talk about some painful rookie travel mistakes that you do not want to do. Whether you're new to traveling or an experienced traveler and don't want to get caught up messing up on these mistakes, then this video is for you. The first mistake that I see rookies do is running out of gas during road trips. And this is super relatable, especially if you come from big cities like me. I'm over in San Diego, so California is super populated. You won't go more than 30 minutes, even on a really, really long road trip from San Diego to San Francisco, which is 8 or 9 hours, without seeing another gas station. Or if you really are determined, you'll just go off the road, drive into town, and then you'll find a gas station there. PSA to highly populated states, the rest of the United States is not necessarily like that. So I'm talking to you, New York, California, or Florida. You may be driving in the Midwest, and this has happened to me, where I have gone an hour and a half in the Midwest without seeing one gas station. So to prevent this from happening, make sure you have at least a fourth of your gas tank filled up. Yes, you may feel like you're going to the gas station frequently, but it's going to be worth it. This next mistake is only getting your boarding pass right before you board your flight at the airport. I remember when I was younger and we would go to the airport, go on trips, and what we would do is get our actual physical boarding pass at the ticket counter where you give your baggage as well. And I thought when I first started traveling by myself that that's exactly what I had to do too, that there wasn't any other option. But what I realized is that is super, super old school. And what you want to do 24 hours before your flight leaves, go onto your airline's app, click the check-in button, and then get your boarding pass from there. The benefits of this is, number one, you get the earliest boarding group, meaning you are most likely going to be one of the, maybe not the first, but one of the first people to get onto the plane. And number two is that you most likely are not gonna get the middle seat, the dreaded middle seat. And if you do, or you're not happy with the seats that you get, a lot of the times you can actually choose a different seat if you're early enough when you're checking in. Do note that this option to check in online is not always available for international flights, but for most domestic flights, they are. The next mistake is not knowing about resort fees and security deposits. So if you're new, super, super new to traveling, I didn't know this, but when you go to a lot of hotels, like in Vegas or in Florida, and even here in San Diego, you're going to be charged a resort fee when you arrive at the property. So this is not when you're doing your booking, but when you get there, they're gonna charge you a daily resort fee just for using their amenities and being one of the guests. And when I first started traveling and they were asking, or they were telling us, hey, you know what, we're gonna put down $100 for resort fees. As a college kid, a broke college kid that's starting to travel, that $100 is a lot of money that sometimes people do not budget for. So to plan ahead for this, make sure you read the fine print for every single hotel that you book. Most hotels nowadays are not gonna have it, but if you're really going into bigger and more popular cities, you're most likely gonna get charged a resort fee. The next thing is the security deposit. So this is also known as incidental fees, just in case you mess up your rental car or you mess up your room, your hotel room. They want to make sure that, hey, if you break a lamp in the hotel room or you get a major scratch on the outside of your rental car, that you're going to be able to pay for it and they're not going to be liable. There is going to be a hold on your credit card, sometimes your debit card, but most likely a credit card. And once you check out or once you return your rental car, they're going to refund you that amount after they review everything and make sure you didn't break everything. This next mistake is only having a debit card on you. I made this mistake just last year when I was traveling in Atlanta and coming back to California. So what had happened is I arrived in LAX, and then I took the rental car bus over to the rental car area. I was waiting in the notorious long lines at the rental car place. And by the time that I got to the counter, everything was good. They were able to confirm my reservation. But the last thing that they needed is that security deposit that I was talking about right before. So I handed them over my debit card. And when they saw the debit card, they said, ma'am, we only accept credit cards. And I looked at them like, are you sure? Because this is all I have. They cannot use that debit card for holding that security deposit. So what I had to do is I had to rethink my entire game plan because I was 3 hours away from home. And instead, I took an Uber over to the train station, booked a last minute train all the way down to San Diego, got that done. But it was so inconvenient and I was already exhausted from traveling for my trip to Atlanta. If you learned how to travel more like a pro and want to see more tips as well as travel vlogs, make sure to subscribe below and also smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as type in the comments what are some mistakes that y'all have made when you traveled. Trust, we can make a novel out of this, but I want to hear it. I want to empathize with you and maybe I'll share more of my stories. So until next time, y'all, bye.